the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I am your host. My name is KR Stolfus, and on your eyeballs viewing pleasure, we have the OP Racing Grand National Series, race number 2 of our 18 race season out on the Speedway for qualifying. Thank you oh so much for joining us for another outstanding race. This is our Wednesday night series. Our Saturday night series for OP Racing has moved into race number 5. And then Monday night's Premier Series is going to kick off August 1st. I do believe it's August 1st. Somebody needs to give me a calendar, but it's whatever. So on the Speedway, across the start finish line, that is the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Zach Fritsch has moved to the top of the leaderboard with his time so far being a 52.51. To qualifying, looking like there are a lot of race cars on the Speedway. One of those being the 3 of Alex Green. He makes his way around the track. That 3 machine down on the yellow line across the start finish line, and Alex Green good enough for 13th spot. Last week's race winner, the 19 of Zach Workman, starting to accelerate down the back stretch. 14 drivers have taken a qualifying time, now make that 15. Jeff Crosby Sr. in that Sunoco number 15 out on the Speedway. He'll be joining his son, Jeff Crosby Jr. in this race. Want to give a shout out to everyone watching on YouTube. Thank you very much for stopping by and saying hello. But we're going to go ahead and talk to Zach Workman in the 19 as he qualifies. Zach, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. How are you, KR?
I'm not too bad. I'm not trying to qualify and give an interview at the same time, so tell me a little bit about how hard this is for you.
It's fine. I'm driving with one hand, actually in 3rd gear right now, too, so we'll see how fast this car is. It just shows the power of Toyota engines we got under the hood today. But, yeah, not hard at all. I could probably broadcast the race driving, too. I could be the in-car reporter.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just leave you in here the whole time.
That's fine. I'll tell pick strategy, everything you need to know. What the track is doing, what moves I'm going to make, all over broadcast.
Well, I'll tell you, there is a little bit of a delay, so not everybody's going to get the inside information on the track, so it'd be all right. Hey, 9th place. How come you didn't get pole?
See, still in 3rd gear. I think that's my downfall.
Oh, that's right. Well, Zach, man, nice job in qualifying. Great job last week. Are you going to pull off the double and go 2 for 2?
We'll try. My track record here is terrible, though, so if we don't finish last, that's a good night.
All right. Well, Zach, thanks very much for letting me be rude to you. I appreciate it. Good luck in the race, man.
Thanks, man.
That is Zach Workman, who is finding himself right now inside the top 10 in qualifying. Workman, the champion for the Butt Kicker Truck Series that runs on Saturday night, or the reigning champion, if you will. A little bit of a old hat in these trucks. Knows how to get it done. So qualifying now has 24 trucks that have made their way into that book of timekeeping. I forgot where I was going to go with this. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33, making his way out onto the speedway. Travis Elliott in the 51, also starting to accelerate. The 24 trucks have locked themselves in on time. Jeff Crosby and Travis Elliott, the only other two trucks out on the speedway right now. Les Levy in the 62 is out there turning some laps, and this is the Levy Designs Bumpy Road 175, presented by Les Levy. Some outstanding paint schemes come out of Levy Designs. If you need a sense of humor into your paint scheme, just tell him what the joke is and he'll find a way to fit it into the paint. You need a serious one? Well, he can do that too. Our reigning champion here on Wednesday nights for the OP Grand National Series, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. out on the speedway for his qualifying effort. Just under 3 minutes left to go. Nicholas Mancini saying, let's go. Absolutely, I'm ready to get this thing into race mode. As the 33 jumps inside the top 5, good enough for 4th place. Here comes the 51 of Travis Elliott. He is going to flash across the start-finish line. And the 51 into 6th. They're going to sandwich Gabe Butler in the 88. 44, Anthony English going to take the green flag for his time lap. He is the only other truck that looks like it is rolling out for qualifying. So as the 44 of English makes his way down the back stretch, Sebastian Marin is your pole sitter. Anthony English going to slot in somewhere between 27th spot and, well, probably, I guess it wouldn't be between, but he'll either be 1st or 27th. He makes his way off of turn number 4, heading down the start-finish line. The 44 of Anthony English posts a time good enough for 22nd. We are going to step away from the national anthem. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup for the Levy Designs Bumpy Road 175.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers starting to take their starting spots on the grid for the Levy Designs 175 here at the Bumpy Legacy Daytona. Let's get right into our starting lineup for tonight's race. Helps if you hit the right button. On the inside of row number 1 at a time of 52.475. That is the driver in the 23 Nexus Esports machine, Sebastian Marin. Your quick time qualifier, Zach Fritsch, on his outside in the 12. That is your front row. Row number 2 going to be the 24 of Tyler Miller. And to his outside, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Row number 3, the 88 of Gabe Butler. And the 51 of Travis Elliott. Row number 4, Vicente Guerrero from Limitless Family Racing. And the 903 of B.K. Anderson, Limitless, locking out row number 4. Row 5 going to be Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15 and Cody Nagels on his outside. Row number 6 will be the 19 of Zach Workman, your last week's race winner, and the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Row number 7, JD Crow in the 5 and the 62 of Les Levy. Josh Milam, Sean McCarra make up row number 8. Row 9 will be the 47 of Richard Kuhn and the 73 of Jared Ford. Row 10 will be David Booth in the 77 and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row number 11, the 27 of Sean Stevens, and to his outside, that is the 44 of Anthony English. Ty Dowman and Nathan Ward going to make up row number 12. Row 13, Joseph Fogg in the 902 and the 071 of Eric Laurie. Row 14, Alex Green in the 3 and Daniel Holloway in the 21. James Mayer in the 95 and Shane Posey in the 83 for row number 15. Row 16, the 46 of David Overstreet and the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. Row 17, the 03 of Ken McCullough and the 13 of Andy Regante. Lynn McNeese in the 84 and Todd Poston in the 31. And our final starting spot here tonight going to the 48 of Andrew Schroeder. As the field makes its way through turns 3 and 4, let's take a look at our Levy Designs Bumpy Road 175 at Daytona. It is race 2 of 18. Workman won last week, but finds himself 4th in points. However, if he hits the minimum, he will still be locked in. One stage at halfway, and one fast repair available to the drivers as we take the green flag. The race is underway, and for the first time, they will tackle turn 1 in anger. Hopefully not too much anger. We'd like to see these guys all make it to the end of this race. Drivers who did not make it to the grid: Gabe Butler, Peter DeBorgia, JD Crow, Eric Lurie, and Dave Hunt, all starting from pit road. 3 of those trucks have now joined the race. Eric Lurie a little bit further behind these guys. Zach Fritsch and Sebastian Marin making their way to the start-finish line, and Fritsch in the 12 going to lead that opening lap. So bonus points going to be a huge factor this season, as I mentioned. Zach Workman winning last week's race, but when all the bonus points were handed out, when everything was said and done, Workman finds himself 4th in points. Sebastian Marin in the 23 has not come up off that yellow line just yet. And Zach Fritsch in the 12 Really gets a good run up off the corner. As the field is starting to spread out just a hair. Or was. The yellow flag has come out. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to bring out the yellow flag. Ty Dowman in the 34 and the 03 of Ken McCullough getting together coming off of turn number 2. So 2 trucks going for a spin here early in this race. So with the stage coming at the halfway mark, lap 3 of 35 here in stage number 1. Does look like almost everybody going to hit pit road. Into the pit stalls they go. The one truck that has stayed out, that is the 62 of Les Levy. So the 62, our race patron tonight, finds himself tucked in nice and tight behind the pace car. So Les Levy, Zach Fritsch, Sebastian Marin, Jeff Crosby, and Travis Elliott, your top 5. Les Levy gaining those spots by making a little bit of a strategy call here. Very early in the race, so a perfect time to try and figure out how you want this race to play out. And since he did not come down pit road, he is willing to make some big gambles here early. Only truck not to hit pit road. Let's stack them up 2 by 2 and get back after it. Les Levy on the inside of row number 1. To his outside, that is Zach Fritsch in the 12. Row 2, Sebastian Marin in the 23 and the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Row number 3, the 51 of Travis Elliott. To his outside, the 24 of Tyler Miller. Your first 3 rows, side by side. Let's fire them off once again as they make their way onto the front stretch. Green flag is back out, and our first caution of the night has come to an end. Down the back stretch, the 62 with help from the 23, staying tucked in to that yellow line on the bottom lane. The inside line going to work a little bit better through the corner, but Zach Fritsch in the 12 was getting a terrific run on corner exit. And once again, that is looking like that is how that's playing out. And we're going to see that a lot all night long. The inside lane going to have some good momentum through the corner, but the outside lane down the straightaway is going to surge ahead. Now, can they take advantage of it in those particular moments? That is what you got to watch out for. Fastest lap of the race so far, going to the 12 of Zach Fritsch at a 49.44. He had turned that right before the yellow flag had come out. So now that fastest lap is going to go to the 27 of Sean Stevens, because these trucks have had a chance to get up to full speed before they hit the start-finish line. So Sean Stevens in the 27, the Wow Video Tours race truck. A little bit down the running order right now, but finds himself in a comfortable position. A lot of racing left to go here tonight, and Stevens teamed up in the Alliance of Motorsports chat. Those of you who are fans of the OP Racing know on Monday night, or maybe you don't know, but on Monday night they are limited to 5 team members. And that is all you can have in your team. It's just 5. Wednesday nights and Saturday nights, a little bit different. There are no limits to how many teammates you can have, who you can work with, how many strategies you can share. Wednesday night is the Grand National Series, so it's essentially the second step in OP Racing. Saturday night would be the beginner step, if you will, the first step you have to take. They are always accepting applications to the league for their Wednesday and Saturday programs. If you'd like to get involved, hit up the league at OP Racing in your iRacing League tabs. You can join us. Have a blast here. The Wednesday nights will cycle through all of the super speedways that are available on iRacing. They'll also go with the trucks and the Xfinity B cars throughout this season. As BK Anderson in the Fruity Pebbles 903. Now challenging Tyler Miller for the race lead. Liberty Fires chiming in. Are we back on Wednesdays? Well, OP Racing is back on the Turn 3 Racing Network for season number 9. We're working lap 11 of 70. 38 trucks taking the green flag at various points and positions on the track. 2 trucks not on the lead lap. That is Dave Hunt and Ty Dowman. Quite a few trucks stacked side by side, nose to tail. Then it looks like we got a little bit of a separation where everyone is falling back just a hair as we go on board with the 46 at David Overstreet, running a Busch Light paint scheme. Les Levy running a Mountains of Levy paint scheme. All in good fun. Les Levy and David Overstreet teammates on the Monday series. Like I said, teammates are a loose term here on Wednesday nights. But you can kind of try and see who's working with who and how the strategy is playing out. But the trucks have spread out, except for this pack here. This pack is side by side stacked. I believe it's about 20 cars deep. So as the 903 of BK Anderson has a good shot of the inside of the 33 of Jeff Crosby. Somebody needs to adjust that camera. I'll get right on that after this race. So now Tyler Miller in the 24 is your race leader. Trucks last on pit road on lap 3. Les Levy, the only truck that did not hit pit lane. We'll see when that race truck comes down for service by the pit crew. Les Levy gained quite a bit of track position by not coming down pit road, but now he finds himself right where he started the race in 14th spot. But so far, he does not have a gain on that gamble. Biggest mover of the race so far, the 31 of Todd Poston has gained 21 spots as we ride on board with the driver of the 31. He is tucked in behind Daniel Holloway. Holloway himself has gained 15 positions from the drop of the green flag. Quite a few trucks moving forward. As trucks move forward, that means somebody's got to be moving backwards. Gabe Butler in the 88, driver who started on pit road for tonight's race. Right now he is in 35th. He has the 40 of Peter DeBorgia just ahead of him. And ahead of DeBorgia, that is the 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. This is a little bit of a group that is broken off and falling behind the lead pack. They are turning the lap times comparable. They have enough trucks to create that much energy. So they are not necessarily losing time. They are not gaining a whole lot of time either. It's BK Anderson in the 903. Out in front, Cody Nagels in the 6. Cody does a great Vin Diesel impression. If he hits victory lane, we're going to have to find out just how good it is. As the 903 slides down to the inside, that will give the lead to the 6 in that outside lane. Or I should say make the 6 the leader of the outside lane. That is a more accurate call right there. Words are hard for me from time to time. Sebastian Barron in the 23, who was our pole sitter finds himself in 20th spot. He's dropped way back. He is still in this lead pack. Keep in mind that this stage will end at the completion of lap 35. Two trucks peeling off for pit road. That is Les Levy and David Overstreet. So Les Levy making it almost 19 laps on that tank of fuel. So as they make their way through turns 3 and 4, we ride on board with the driver of the 19, or the 71 in 19th spot, and that is none other than Sean McCara. And Sean McCara wanted a lap 20 interview. So Sean, how you doing out there?
Oh, well, you know, just getting prepared to pit here soon.
Oh, I'm gonna make a pit stop here. Oh, cool. What's your strategy?
So this is great timing. Well, I'll be hitting this lap because I got a little bit of damage. I'm pretty sure it's causing more fuel consumption, so...
Well, that does not sound good as there's trouble in front of you.
Yeah, yes, there is.
Don't. Oh, good save. Good heads up. Green flags now, and now the yellows comes out. So now you're gonna get a free pit stop.
We do have a slight concern about making it to the pit stop. It looks like the pace car's already off the pit road, so I think we'll be fine here.
All right, man. Well, hey, while you have a microphone jammed into your face while you try to race, your lap 20 interview, I'm going to go ahead and rate it a 5 out of 5 because a caution happened right in front of you.
Yeah, so I hope you got a good view of that, especially because that was fun.
All right, man. Well, good luck in the rest of the race.
Appreciate it. Hope to talk to you at the end of the stage.
Absolutely. That is Sean McCara, driver of the 71. He just survived not only an interview in the middle of the race, which he requested. I don't think I'm the one doing this. Actually, not my idea. When the yellow flag came out, it looked like the three of Alex Green getting involved. Multiple trucks went spinning, so the yellow flag came out. Everyone going to hit pit road for what will be the last time here in stage number 1. Let's take a look and see what happened to bring out the yellow. The 3 of Alex Green and the 15 and the 44 all trying to conspire against each other. So Jeff Crosby Sr., Alex Green in the 3 and the 44 of Anthony English. We go on board with Ken McCullough. It happens just that quick. And so once again, after a round of pit stops, the 62 of Les Levy finds himself out in front of the field. This time he has his teammate with him, the 46 of David Overstreet. Those drivers came down pit road just before that caution came out. They look like they have a crystal ball and knew when that caution flag was going to fly. So laps winding down here in stage number 1. Just one stage in our Wednesday night series. Pace car down and away. So here we go once again to get this fired back up. David Overstreet and Les Levy, teammates, running side by side. Now they have some control over this field. We'll see how that works out for them. The 12 of Zach Fritsch wasting no time, getting right around on that outside. So Zach Fritsch now out in front as Overstreet continues to run on that yellow line at the bottom. Everyone staying to the high side now. The split down on the bottom by Josh Milam in the 7. He's got help from the 24, Tyler Miller, the 12 of Zach Fritsch. Stays to the high side with Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 on his back bumper. Milam moves up the track, trying to get a good run off the straightaway. So Josh Milam now trying to be 2 trucks in one place. 2 trucks, 1 track. And the 7 crosses the start-finish line, leading that lap. Tyler Miller in the 24, down on the bottom, out in front of the 46 and 62. Those are your top 3 on the inside lane. Now making the top 4 and throw in the 12 of Zach Fritsch as he dove down on the inside, heading through turns 3 and 4. The 12 trying to get a good run on the bottom lane. He's looking to shoot up to the high side here, but he is not going to clear the 7 of Josh Milam, as Milam is going to get that big surge off corner exit. It seems like that middle lane, right through the middle of the track, is where quite a few of the drivers want to be. They're trying to do everything they can to get a run on that middle lane. So that middle lane, the preferred line, now it's going to take creativity and experience to find a way around that middle lane, and we're starting to see that. Things calm down just a little bit down the Daytona backstretch. The laps are winding down for the stage. 3 trucks not on the lead lap. Dave Hunt, Ty Dowman, and Jeff Crosby Sr. Josh Milan closing in on Jeff Crosby Sr. to put him another lap down. He drops down to the inside. Wise move to move out of the way. The field comes around to complete lap 29. Just down to 6 laps to go in stage number 1. Trouble down the back stretch. Sebastian Marin in the 23 got turned. No caution flag, and now it comes out. The 03 of Ken McCullough getting involved as well. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to the 23 of Sebastian Marin. He makes his way 3 wide racing. The 42 gets up into the wall, but that doesn't factor into the 77 and the 03 making contact. Take another look at this one. Sebastian Marin had pulled down to the inside to try and get out of the way. Of anything going on, and still found a way to get involved. The yellow flag has come out. I don't believe this will be the end of the stage. We're going to get back into racing. For this stage, I hope this stage ends under green. We've had some great racing so far. Only our second caution of the night. Top 18 trucks stayed out on track. The rest of them came down pit road, winning the race off of pit road. As Todd posted in the 6. All right. Are we ready? I hope so. Lights have gone out on the pace car. Josh Milam in the 7 on the outside of row number 1 to the inside. That is the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Then it's Zach Fritsch and Cody Nagels in row number 2. Finally, row 3 will be Vicente Guerrero and the 24 of Tyler Miller. Vicente and Cody Nagels, teammates from Limitless, going to get hooked up here. They got a shot in that outside lane to try and win this stage, but they are going to have to deal with the 7 of Josh Milam, and he is not going to give up that stage win very easily. Neither is the reigning champion of Jeff Crosby in the 33. All right, lights are out. Pace car gonna head down the pit lane, and the green flag is back in the air once again. That stage going to end at the completion of lap 35. Josh Milam and Jeff Crosby Jr. are going to try and seal the deal here. They have got to hold back the rest of this field. Sebastian Marin still sitting on pit road. So our pole sitter in early trouble in this race. Two more laps to go. Now make it the final lap here in stage number 1. Bonus points going to be given out next time around. Josh Milam in the 7 still holding on to that preferred line, but Jeff Crosby Jr. going to have to try and make something happen. As Mara Clark chimes in on YouTube chat. How you doing, Miss Mara? Too wide down the back stretch. A lot of pushing and shoving. This is your first chance in the race to earn some points. So how is it going to play out? The 33 down on the bottom. Here they come onto the front stretch. Everyone fanning out, looking for a little bit of advantage. Nothing exists. The 7 of Josh Milam has the advantage through the tri-oval, and he is going to hold on to it till the start-finish line, and Josh Milam is going to win stage number 1. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to interview the 7 of Josh Milam. Welcome back to the Turn 3 Racing Network as the driver has won the first stage, the 7. Josh Milam made his pit stop, so let's get a quick word in with our stage winner. Josh, how you doing?
Doing good, man, especially after that stage win.
Well, that 7 looked like it was very fast. We seen you guys making some moves, and then the caution came out, and everyone looked like they kind of chilled out for that 2-lap shootout.
Yeah, I think that Highland is a lot faster than my truck actually is, but I made some moves, got through the field a little bit, got exactly where I wanted to be there for that stage ending there, and got me a win.
Well, man, it was an outstanding opening stage, and now we got to do it again to finish out this race. So what is it going to take to put the 7 in victory lane?
Well, if we're going green here for the remaining of the race, it's going to be a fuel strat race. You'll see some guys saving some fuel here. See them saving some fuel and trying to make it a one-stopper, and then those guys up front will probably be on a 2, so I think it's all about fuel strategy here.
All right, well, we'll see you hitting pit road, and so before we let you go, any final shout-outs or thank yous?
Yep, definitely a shout-out to KR and all the people out there watching this race tonight, everyone who's made this race possible, the drivers, and shout out to Nick Roof out there for supporting me tonight.
All right, that is the driver of the 7, Josh Milam, getting it done here in stage number 1. He has topped off his fuel tank, so he is one of those guys who looks and sounds like maybe he's going to try and stretch his fuel to the end of this race, but not everybody is on that strategy, so we're going to see how this plays out. All right, so let's get back into the starting lineup for stage number 2 on the inside of row number 1. That is the 12 of Zach Fritsch. He has been running up front all night long with a strong showing in that 12. To his outside, that is the 33 of Jeff Crosby, who has been no slouch at this track tonight as well. Both drivers starting inside the top 4, and they are still there. Zach Workman in the 19 and Vicente Guerrero going to make up row number 2. Cody Nagels, Tyler Miller, row number 3 is the pace car. Going to peel off and head for pit road. The green flag is going to come back out, and we get stage number 2 underway. Jeff Crosby in the 33 gets a tremendous jump, but that is not something you want to see happen, as he is going to get sucked back up into the field. And Fritsch and Workman are going to run 1 and 2 and make quick work of the 33. But now that 33 going to get some momentum down the back stretch. Zach Workman gives a shot to the back bumper of the 12, and he stays committed down to the bottom lane. So it's the 12 and the 19. Make their way through 3 and 4, the 33, after getting a big jump and then losing a lot of ground through 1 and 2, has regained all that ground, now finds himself out in front. So you heard it from Josh Milam, there's going to be a 1-stop strategy or a 2-stop strategy coming into play here, because that's what he thinks is going to happen. I, however, believe that we're going to have a caution inside of our final fuel window that will throw everyone's strategies out of the window. We'll just have to see how this thing plays out. Cody Nagels and Vicente Guerrero, second and third car in outside lane. Truck, these are trucks. I'm sure I've said cars lots of times here tonight, but essentially these are trucks. Jeff Crosby Jr. disappearing for a quick moment there, but Crosby and Fritsch are working teammates here tonight as well. So they find themselves running side by side. Zach Workman in the 19, part of that group team tonight. Three out of the top 4 trucks working together. Tyler Miller in the 24, part of that big group as well. So that's kind of the super group right now. Miller, Workman, Fritsch, and Crosby. They have quite a few other drivers on their radio to make some things happen with the numbers like that. One driver I haven't talked a whole lot about tonight is the 95 of James Mayer. He is out on the speedway. Right now finds himself behind the 51 of Travis Elliott. Another driver we haven't talked too much about. They are running that high side. It does seem that this field is calmed down just a little bit. Not sure I pointed this out yet or not, but the fastest lap of the race does go to the 27 of Sean Stevens at a 48.03. So Sean Stevens, currently the owner of the fastest lap of the race. And in comparison, our race leader, Zach Fritsch, just turned a 49.66. Sean Stevens went a full second faster on his fastest lap than our race leader did this last time around. Zach Workman in the 19, now down on the inside. Zach Fritsch in the 12 to the outside. We do have a few trucks that have fallen just a little bit away from the rest of the field. Eric Laurie in the 071, the 34 of Ty Dowman, and the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. have fallen up behind. Zach Fritsch about 17 seconds ahead of that group. The 23 of Sebastian Marin, after an extensive stay on pit road, has rejoined the race, but he is 6 laps down in that 23 and running all by himself. So your pole sitter having a disappointing race number 2 here in this season. The Levy Designs Bumpy Road 175, down to 24 laps to go. Cody Nagels and Vicente Guerrero now find themselves running second and a first in that outside lane. They are challenging Zach Fritsch and Jeff Crosby, and now the 14 of Guerrero drops to the inside. Teammates now have control of the front of this field. What can they do with it? We saw that Zach Fritsch and Jeff Crosby had control for a while. Big slicing move to the top side there. Looked like maybe by the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Not sure if he had help or saw an opening he had to fill very quickly. But we have seen teammates lock out the front row at speeds. We saw Checkered Flag Motorsports do it. And then Zach Fritsch and Jeff Crosby did it. Now the 14 allows the 6 to drop down in front of him. So they have given up control of the inside and outside lane. And BK Anderson, a fellow Limitless driver here tonight as well, makes his way forward and drops down to the inside. So Limitless going to try and control the inside lane, but maybe not for very long, as here comes the 51 of Travis Elliott. He drops down to the inside, and that gives the lead of the outer lane to the 95 of James Mayer, who just a few laps ago was running mid-pack. That's how quickly things can change. The 95 of Mayer did not have an outstanding qualifying effort, but he now finds himself out in the front John McCarra in the 71, who gave us our lap 20 interview. All of 21 laps to go. John McCarra finding himself in a good position as well as he battles for the race lead. I don't think he'd be too appreciative if we pulled him in. We got trucks through the grass. That was the 44 of Anthony English. Green flag stays out. Some shuffling going on in the mid-pack there, but everyone able to hold on to it. I was going to say the 71 of McCarra probably wouldn't be too happy if we pulled him up for an interview now with 20 laps to go. Even though it would be a good bookend, but he's got his hands full. He's out in front. I don't want to cause too many problems. McCarra slides down in front of the 95. Daniel Holloway in the 21. Now, leading the charge in the outside lane. And McCarra in the 71 down on the bottom. Running a McCarra's paint scheme. Big old golden M on the hood. The trucks continue to cycle this way forward. You guys remember, Zach Fritsch started this stage out in front, but he's been committed to the inside lane or stuck to the inside lane. Actually, it was Les Levy in the 62 who started out front for stage number 2. They have now been shuffled to the mid-pack. Zach Fritsch is the one who I was trying to talk about because he has not come up off that bottom lane. And you can see how that has affected his race. Andy Brigante in the 13 stays down to the inside. One truck up in the wall, trying to stay out of the way. And not 100% sure who that was up in the wall. And now the 40 of Peter DeBorgia going to lead this race as Shane Posey, Andrew Schroeder, and Richard Kuhn all hit pit road. So early pit stops here as that fuel window has opened. 17 laps to go. Now a few more trucks hit pit lane. Trucks scored in the back of the pack. And this massive group of drivers all stuck together. And here comes Jared Forbes in the 73. The first time I talked about Forbes since the call out for the starting lineup. And he is out in front. He has Ernie Williams Jr. on his back bumper. They are now 1 and 2 as Anderson, Holloway, Nagels, Green, Guerrero, and Booth all hit pit road. So the 73 of Jared Forbes out in front for the first time tonight. Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91. Be watching a move to the outside by that 91. That probably isn't going to happen as we are very close to a pit stop for all the drivers. Last time this group of drivers was on pit road was lap 38, and here they come once again. The big group onto pit road. Can everyone get it slowed down? Can they keep it straight? Contact and more contact as the 42 and the 91 touched each other. They tried to get on the pit lane, but they all stayed together. Keep it sorted out. Nathan Warren in that 42. Zach Fritsch in the 12. Comes all the way down to his pit stall. And we have seen time and time again that the trucks were cars who hit pit road first find a way to the front. The fastest, BK Anderson. And this group of drivers hit pit lane before everyone else. And they are going to pass that truck line. Here comes the 14 and the 6 of Guerrero and Nagels. They're going to lead their teammate high and dry, and he's going to tuck in behind the 3 of Alex Green. Peter DeBorgia in the 40 trying to get up to speed. That truck not quite up the full song just yet. DeBorgia gonna slide up to the high side, throw a block on the 91, but what did I tell you? Watch out for a move from the 91 to the high side, and he has got it done to make a move to the race lead. So Ernie Williams to the race lead as everyone now battles to get in the position to win this race. All trucks, green flag pit stop cycle completed. They're all up to full speed. David Overstreet in the 46, blending into the track, but he is going to go one lap down. So the 91 is now your race leader in the middle line. He's being pushed by the 7 of Josh Milam. Down to the inside goes the 12 of Zach Fridge. He's going to hook up with the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. With 13 laps to go, this lead pack trying to shuffle and slice and dice. Pretty wide as Jared Forbes in the 73 is caught to the high side without a whole lot of help. And trouble coming off of turn number 4, Tyler Miller in the 24 has gone around in contact with the 42 of Nathan Warren. Jared Forbes in the 73 involved as well. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to bring out the yellow. The 73 of Forbes, the 19, the 3, the 24, all getting smashed together. Take one more look at this. The 73 into the outside wall. It looked like maybe the 3 of Alex Green getting out of shape, maybe a bad touch. And the caution flag is going to fly, and we're going to have a chance to restack them. I believe our free pass is going to go to the 46 of David Overstreet. Ernie Williams going to give up the race lead to come down pit road. Williams in that 91 hits pit lane. That gives the race lead to the 12 of Zach Fridge. As the field is slowed down just a little bit. Everyone behind the pace car once again. I think this is shaping up to be a very interesting finish. The lights are going to go out on the pace car. Couple trucks down on the apron, trying to save as much fuel as they can. Josh Milam in the 7 and the 12 of Zach Fritsch for row number 1 on this restart. Then it's the 40 of Peter DeBorgia and the 6 of Cody Nagels, Sean McCara, and BK Anderson for row number 3. Codeine Kid. Sounds like he's cheering for the 33, or she. Her. Doesn't tell me this is Codeine. Maybe it's actually Codeine. Maybe it's the song about Post Malone. Who knows? I don't know. Anything can be sent in it these days, I guess. Pace car, down and away. Josh Milam, Zach Fritsch. Both drivers pick up the throttle. We're inside of 10 laps to go this time around. Hold on to your seats because it is about to blow you away, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Schroeder in the 48. Right now, the only truck not in this race. Eric Murray in the 071. He is the last truck on the lead lap. So 2 trucks in this race not on the lead lap. That is Jeff Crosby Sr. and Sebastian Marin in the 23, and they are multiple laps down. Andrew Schroeder out of the race in the 48. So 35 trucks have a shot at winning this race right now. And Mr. Kidd, I've been informed it is Mr. Kidd. Number 4. There's the 7 of Josh Milam out in front in that middle lane. We heard it from stage number 2. He said that middle lane has made my truck faster than what it actually is. We got Ernie Williams in the 91 who gave up the race lead to hit pit road. And it looks like that is really working into his favor as he has already made it from the back of the pack to the middle of the pack. He is working with the 24 of Tyler Miller and now the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. They're going to go 3 wide, and that outside lane really starting to see some drivers move up in there. Now the 14 of Vicente, in trouble in the mid-pack. Trucks flipping through the air. Jared Forbes, J.D. Crow, they all get involved. Andy Brigante gets involved in the yellow flag going to come out once again. Big crash through turns 1 and 2. We ride on board with the 13 of Andy Regante. And there is a lot of destruction behind this 13. He is able to continue, but that truck has gotten beat up and banged up because of it. Travis Elliott in the 51, JD Crow in the 5, and they all just get crunched up into that outside wall. 42 getting a piece of it as well. The big dust up in the final laps of this race. I do not believe we're going to have to go into extra laps just yet. So the 40 of Peter DeBorgia out in front right now. He is down on the apron. That is a move that drivers will do to try and conserve as much fuel as they can. All right, with that big crash, gonna take a moment to get everything sorted out. Looks like JD Crow in the 5. Sitting on pit road. Alex Green in the 3 has gone behind the wall. His night is done. Jared Ford's in the 73. His night is done. They have stacked them up side by side. We are going to get the green flag with 3 laps to go. Not quite yet into extra laps. here we go. Can we get around 3 more times this 2.5-mile super speedway? Or are we going to get a green-white checkered attempt? Here we go. Green flag is back in the air. 3 laps to go. Race number 2. About ready to come to an end. Our Levy Designs Bumpy Road 175 can only have 1 race winner. Let's find out who it is going to be. Ernie Williams in the 91 already trying to make the 3rd lane work, but he doesn't have anyone up to the high side with him just yet. And coming off of turn number 2, the yellow flag is going to fly once again. We have several trucks involved in this caution, and we are going to go into extra laps. Let's see if we can figure out what went wrong coming off of turn number 2. One truck smoking, that is the 47 of Richard Kuhn. Let's see if we can back this up. Kuhn gonna get smashed into the wall with the 27 of Sean Stevens. And everyone scrambles trying to get around it. The 46 gets collected a little bit. So now we do have our first attempt at a green-white checkered. So some extra laps coming into play. For those of you who were keeping track, one of the things we talked about earlier in this broadcast was brought up at the end of stage number 1 is this could be a fuel strategy race. So several trucks trying to stretch their fuel. Travis Elliott in the 51 going to get one of his laps back. Multiple laps down. Okay, lights gonna go out. Here we go. Hold those belts tight one more time. I can tell you what, as a amateur hobbyist race car driver myself, I don't loosen my belts under yellow, but I will fidget with my belts in the staging lane before I go out. And I'll tighten them down really tight, and I'll loosen them. kind of tighten them medium, then I'll loosen them. Then from time to time, I'll tighten them down tight, and then keep tightening them slowly but surely. Usually by the time I got them just absolutely as tight as I can, as tight as I can stand. I could probably get them tighter, but they'd be uncomfortable at that point. That's about the time we roll out, and then I never touch my belts again. I don't know what any of the rituals for our sim drivers are, our cartoon racers. I do know some of these guys have some motion rings. They have some belts strapped into this rigs that they have. I'm wondering how, kind of when you're coming up on a green, white, checkered like this, are you fidgeting with your belts? Are you taking them loose to try and catch a breath of fresh air? What are you doing? I don't know. When I'm in the sim rig, I have belts in my rig. I just don't wear them. It's just there for looks. With the pace car down and away, and the green flag is out. Our first attempt at a green, white, checkered is underway. The 40 of Peter DeBorgia and the 12 of Zach Fritsch going to lead this field into turn number 1. Josh Mile and James Mayer finding themselves pushing on that front 2 cars. Trucks, same thing. It's interchangeable. Gabe Butler in the 88, who started this race on pit road, now finds himself in position to try and win this thing. He's the 3rd car on the inside line. He has got to make something happen if he wants to get it done, though. Field makes its way through 3 and 4. Peter DeBorgia in the 40 has the advantage on the inside line through the corner, but here comes the 12 of Zach Fritsch. Corner exit, he gets a huge run, and through the tri-oval, they are going to be side by side, almost dead even at the start-finish line, but we get the white flag. It's the final lap, final time around. They make their way through 1 and 2. They're trying to be 3 wide, but nobody up in that 3rd lane to really put some serious effort to it. Here comes the 24, Tyler Miller, and the 19 of Zach Workman. Cody Nagels in the 6 now moves to the high side. So now all of a sudden that 3rd lane gonna start having some energy, but is it too little too late as contact is made? Nagels in the 6 in trouble. They're gonna spin behind him. Jeff Crosby Jr. collected as well, but here they come off of turn number 4. The 40 of Peter DeBorgia and the 12 of Zach Fritsch. They are in a drag race to the start-finish line, and at the line, it is going to be the 40 of Peter DeBorgia, Zach Fritsch second, and James Mayer brings it home in 3rd, and then comes to a sudden stop. Ooh, man. The 40 of Peter DeBorgia picks up the win in dramatic fashion. Let's take a look at the results as the 40 comes down onto the front stretch to start his victory celebration. The Borgia race winner, Zach Fritsch, 2nd, James Mayer, 3rd, Mile 4th. Rounding out your top 5 is Sean McCarron. Gabe Butler in 6th. 7th place going to Tyler Miller. Vicente Guerrero, 8th. 9th goes to David Booth. Anthony English, 10th. 11th, Shane Posey. Joseph Fogg, 12th. 13th, Lynn McNeese. Ty Dowman, 14th. 15th, Dave Hunt. BK Anderson, 16th. 17th, Sean Stevens. Eric Laurie going to finish in 18th spot. 19th, Ken McCullough. Richard Kuhn, 20th. 21st, Andy Regante. Nathan Warren, 22nd. Mark Mann, 23rd. Zach Workman, 24th. Todd Poston, 25th. Daniel Holloway, 26th. 27th, Cody Nagels. Jeff Crosby Jr., 28th. 29th, Les Levy. David Overstreet, 30th. 31st, Travis Elliott. Jeff Crosby Sr., 32nd. Ernie Williams Jr., 33rd. Sebastian Marin, 34th. J.D. Crow, Alex Green, Jared Forbes, Andrew Schroeder round out our 38 truck field here tonight. But your race winner is none other than the driver of the Extra Life 40 in a throwback paint scheme to Zach Workman's normal paint scheme. Well, let's go ahead and kick off our post-race show by talking to the race winner as he pulls it back up onto the front stretch so the fans can get a look at that beautiful mug that we call a face. Peter? Oh, I'm sorry, that's Zach. I grabbed the wrong guy. Oh my, that's embarrassing. All right, now I got the right guy. Peter, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Man, I was talking about you as the race winner and the throwback paint scheme for Zach Workman, and then I grabbed Zach Workman to do the interview.
Oh, man.
That sucks. But you win the race regardless of how many mistakes I made.
I didn't expect to be here, to be honest. I thought the way that they were entering 3 and coming off a 4, that was Richie's race for sure. And I was like, all right, cool. I didn't get any stage points. I'd love a top 5 here. And then all of a sudden, I kind of got thrust in front of it all. And we'll take those because they, sometimes luck is swinging the other way too often in super speedway racing. So I'll take good luck whenever I can.
Well, man, this 40 is running a paint scheme to the 19 of Zach Workman, and it seems like that's going to be a theme for you all season long. So tell us a little bit about what has inspired that.
Well, last season on Wednesdays, I ran a bunch of fictional, real NASCAR schemes that I kind of extra lifed essentially and put the 40 on it and put my own spin on it. But after doing all those, rather than digging even deeper into that well, I thought we got some pretty iconic paint schemes that we've got already, here in OP. So why not pay tribute to some of the best? So it was cool to be able to do 2 recent champions here in Jeff Crosby last week and Zach Workman this week. I'll have a different truck next week, and then we'll switch the cars, and I'm hoping to have a different one every race of the season.
Well, there's a lot of champions in OP racing to celebrate, so you're going to be hard to find each and every week because you're going to have that new paint scheme. But what's not hard to find for you is Victory Lane, this 40 getting it done here tonight. Who do you have to thank?
Oh, my whole team, man. There's so many people in there who were just giving up their own race there towards the end to try and help out the best of us there. Zach Workman, the scheme who's after there. I'll try and party with this crew over here, get my truck over there next to his guys. He was just really spotting for us so much at the end there and keeping everything together. Sean McCara with the great pushes there. I really wanted Fritchie to win that race. He was up there all night doing everything he could to be in the right place at the right time, and then I guess just a bad bump at the end sent Jim a little bit high. Josh pushed me into the win, was awesome. We couldn't have done it without him for sure. And then everybody else that was in there, Nate Warren, Sean McCara, Jeff Crosby Jr. and Sr. We just have a really fun time on Wednesdays, and it's a little bit more laid back, and it's fun to not have quite as much pressure that Monday brings.
Well, man, nice job. Once again, congratulations. Race number 2 goes to the 40 of Peter DeBorgia, and we look forward to seeing you in Victory Lane again, but man, go live this one up.
Thanks so much, KR.
That is your race winner, the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. But now let's move on to our second place finisher, and that is the driver of the 12, and he goes by the name of Fritchie. But Zach Fritch, how are things going for you?
Going okay.
Just okay.
It's going all right. It's going all right. Yeah, no, it's going good. It's just second place. I'll take it. Peter, we got the win. That's good. It felt like we were going to have it there coming at the end of the line. I was just talking with Jim there. It's just a little awkward bump there, right coming to the tri-oval, and just sent me a little low and him a little high. So, but it was just in arm's reach to get the dub, but it wasn't meant to be.
Wasn't meant to be tonight, but man, I'll tell you what, that 12 all night long was up front. You qualified on the front row, and it seemed like the only time you weren't inside the top 5 was when it was cycling through pit stops.
Oh, heck yeah. That's definitely the goal, especially since I qualified up front. I mean, I don't usually do that very often, so when I feel like I do and then I stay up front, I feel like I get success that way, so it's pretty happy. I was just gonna stay up there the whole time, and then we had a pit cycle go through and things worked out on that way. I went 3 wide and was able to get to the front again, luckily, from the pit cycle. I thought we were going to get trapped pretty low down on the field, but it looks like we didn't. So, and we were there to capitalize, and that's all you can ask for. I got some stage points too, so I'll take it.
All right, man. Well, nice job in that 12 here at the Levy Designs Bumpy Road 175. One more time, final shout outs, thank yous, anything you need to say before we let you go?
Yeah, KR, thank you for coming back, coming to Broadcast Wednesdays. It's great to have you back. Can't wait to watch tomorrow, see how the broadcast went. Thank all OP and its admins, everybody who helps me out as well. Thank you for all the fans that are watching, and appreciate all the teammates that I was with. There was way too many to count, but I had about 6 in there. It was like Peter, Sean, Travis, Zach, Jeff Senior, so and Nate. But that's really about it. And just like I said, hopefully we put on a good show for the fans.
Well, I thought it was a great show, man. Nice job bringing it home in second place tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that is Zach Fritsch, your second place finisher here tonight. But now let's move on to the driver who finishes in a third, and that is the 95 of Jim Mayer. And Mr. Mayer, that 95 started mid-pack and slowly but surely worked your way forward.
Yeah, trying to keep it clean, and I had a 0x until about 200 yards past the finish line there.
Oh, man. Yeah, we saw you stuffing in the wall, and it looked like a pretty instant stop. Are you dead?
I might be. A little bit of whiplash, but I think we'll be okay.
All right, well, that's good because that did look like quite the hard hit and sudden stop. But, man, I'll tell you what, that 95 is always a pleasure to watch, and you found a great way to bring out a top 3 finish tonight.
Yeah, like I said, we're just out trying to have some fun tonight, keep it clean. We ended up there at the end, and I was content just pushing Fritsch to the win there, and whatever reason going in the drive just got him loose, and I don't want to come back down across the bumper and completely kill him, so I had to bail out of it, but I was hoping to get him to win there.
Well, didn't quite pull off that situation. Wait, you were pushing Zach, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. Didn't quite pull it off. I had a flashback to a weird situation. Anyways, moving on. I'm going to mess up this post-race interview. Can you save me? I need saving. All right. Man, I'll tell you what, no stranger to victory lane, no stranger to the pressures of winning a championship. So, man, you're going to be able to get it done this season and pick up some wins in another championship?
Yeah, if we keep having races and finishes like this, I think you'll see us there at the end. I mean, it's clean racing. I mean, it's 08. 08 usually one of our cleaner races. Not as many people going too wild, aggressive, but it's fun. Keep it clean, and like I said, if we're there at the end of future races, you'll see us there at the end of the season.
Well, man, good luck to you throughout the rest of this season. Nice job bringing it home in third place here tonight. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks.
That is Jim Mayer, driver of the 95, bringing it home in third. And that is going to do it for us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network as the OP Racing Grand National Series has come to a close. Race number 2 done and in the books. Peter DeBorgia in the 40, your race winner. I want to thank you all for joining us here tonight. Hope to see you next Wednesday night, and before too much longer on Monday night. That's kicking off August 1st. The OP Racing Premier Series will get back underway. So until then, guys, y'all stay safe and have a good night.